How is everybody doing today? And in this video, we are going to be talking about the brand new update that is coming to the game that is going to change the value of a lot of characters, especially because this update is going to be pretty big, especially when it comes to the combat in this game, which is a pretty big portion of this game. And looking at the ultimates that we're going to be looking at, which I basically just spoiled it right there. Yes, ultimates are no longer shared between the teams. So now all three of your characters can now use their ultimate, which is going to give inherently more value to a bunch of different characters that didn't previously see use in their ultimate from the time to time. Now that everybody has that availability and everyone can use their ultimate, that means everyone has their own sense of value and their own sense of what they can provide to the team. That is going to make it go higher or lower depending on this update. And today I want to go over every single ultimate and also talk about how each one is going to change depending on, of course, that update that we're getting, which is going to allow us to play with those ultimates and not have it shared across the team. So we're going to go ahead and go into the game, and we're also going to be looking at this tier list that I'm going to be making as well with the ultimates, and we're gonna have all the characters here, and this is just gonna overall help us with ranking all the new spots of where these characters are going to go. No, this is not dependent on realistically how good the characters are going to be. I would say that, let's say I have someone like, how do I want to say this, Nicole. See, I want to have her an S++, right? That doesn't mean Nicole is an S+++ unit, although I do think for the most part she is. It's just that the ultimate that she has really crazy value when it comes to the new update that we're coming about. So this is not directly correlated to the character's worth, but more so the ultimate and how it's going to work with the update that's coming out. So first few characters we are going to be looking at and talking about are going to be the starting trio, and that is going to be Nicole, Billy, and also Anby. So for the most part, a lot of the characters in this game actually don't have extra modifiers or extra bonuses in their ult that would help the team for the most part, because I'm pretty sure the game wasn't meant for you to have all three ults. Which is funny because now I'm pretty sure the future characters are going to have way more synergistic ults, way more bounce off of character ults, and now all these previously characters are going to be in a previous gen. I'm 100% sure they're going to change that for sure. But looking at what Nicole does, Nicole actually has quite a bit of value with her ultimate, especially now that she is able to do it on her own. She doesn't have to waste the ultimate in turn from the DPS, so she's able to throw out her ultimate, which is going to be throwing out her big orb that pulls in enemies, which is really great. And not only that, she will also be recovering energy for not only the whole team, but whoever you switch in next will end up getting 30 energy in total, which is pretty big. And not only that, you will be getting a quick assist off, which is the standard for all these support characters. So characters like Rina, characters like Soukaku, and characters like Nicole are going to benefit very much when it comes to this brand new update. And the main thing I want to talk about specifically when it comes to this ultimate is not only are you giving energy and also giving a quick assist, allowing you to throw out another character while this character is doing their ultimate, which is a pretty big deal, especially in this new update. We're going to be looking at, of course, her core skill, which is going to be lowering target's defense, and that ultimate stays out for quite some time. So this is going to allow you to do some crazy DPS now and have some higher bonuses for much longer with this new update for the ultimates. So for Nicole's ultimate, I am definitely, I'm not going to lie to you, putting this in S tier without a doubt. I think that the characters that are in the support path or are able to switch out into other characters while their ultimate's going on are going to be some of the biggest hitters when it comes to the value of their ultimate, and this is absolutely amazing. I'm really close to putting this in S++. I might put it in there right now and we might move it down later, but right now support characters are definitely going to see a crap ton of usage with their ultimate, because of course, why not? Everyone's gonna have their ultimate now. But the amount of value you're getting when it comes to the energy boost, when it comes to being able to get some of the passes off of these characters, and the amount of bonuses you get because of these characters, yeah, Nicole is definitely going to be a big buff for this new update with sharing the ultimates or not sharing the ultimates. The next character is going to be Billy. Not gonna lie to you, most of the characters that are in the DPS section of this game that are more on the attack role, that aren't reliant on anomaly, I do think this ultimate update doesn't really change much for them because you were going to use their ultimate anyway. And also Billy just doesn't provide any other extra stats when it comes to being able to what is it called, give the ultimate a little bit more oomph that would give you more damage, that would give the team more damage. So realistically, a lot of the characters like Ellen, like having Billy, are going to be a little bit in the same spot that they were beforehand. The only thing that is good about this, even though like I said, most DPSs are not going to change in value just because you were already using their ultimate. These are the characters that you were depending on their ultimate the most to do the most damage. Billy does have a modifier when he uses his chain attack to be able to increase his ultimate's next damage, but as I said before, there's not really a lot of change when it comes to some of these DPSs, so we are going to put it in the B section, or I guess you could say we'll put it in C, because I do think right now, looking at a lot of the DPSs that will be in this list aren't going to be changed as much, so I want to just have a basis of C is probably where it's going to be nothing changed. Nothing changed for these characters, and then everything else is going to see a bump up. So we're going to work around like that. The next character that we're going to talk about is going to be Anby. Now, funny enough, Anby, although same thing goes, where she doesn't have an extra modifier, she doesn't have anything beneficial to the team, quote unquote, from her ultimate, stun units as well will also be getting much more value due to the fact that yes, their ultimate can now be used and are now able to be used in conjunction with their DPS. So this allows you to stun enemies way faster. This allows you to be able to get that stun damage multiplier off really quickly for certain other units that we will be talking about later. But overall, stun damage characters or stun characters in total are going to see a big massive boost from this ultimate update, just for the fact that they can use their ultimate. They don't have to wait and keep those decibels for the DPS. So a character like Anby definitely is going to see a little bit more play and is definitely going to see a lot more value with this update of getting ultimates not shared across the board, and everyone has their own meter or has their own gauge, which I absolutely love. So yes, Anby is going to get a little bit of a bump up with this update, which I absolutely love. The next characters are going to be Nekomata and Koleda. Now realistically, Nekomata, nothing much really changes from this. The only thing that she gets is, of course, using her ultimate in conjunction with the other characters that are getting more value. But most DPSs are not going to change. As I said before, nothing's going to really change with them because you were already using their ultimate or holding your ultimate for these characters. And she doesn't have an extra modifier on her ultimate either. The next character is going to be Koleda. Koleda actually is going to see a little bit more usage than Anby for sure, not only because they have since fixed her stun damage and has her days increased by quite a bit, while in the first patch, sorry if I'm jumbling on my words, but the first patch she was bugged, didn't give a lot of days. Now she gives an insane amount. And not only that, there is one aspect of her kit that is going to be really interesting, which is when she is with Ben, they're gonna of course have a different ultimate, which I think is a really good thing to see, that we might be able to do double of the same ultimate with having Ben and also having Koleda on the team, which can probably be an insane reaction or insane amount of days or insane amount of damage is going to happen if you're having the same ultimate happen twice, which is going to be really nice. This is really cool for Koleda. I do think this is going to help her out quite a bit more than Anby. And again, most stun characters in this game are definitely getting a big boost because of this new update. So Koleda is definitely going to be seeing a little bit more value increase in her ultimate or increase in her character because of the ultimate update. The next character is going to be Grace. Oh, Grace, I'm not gonna lie, has fallen from Grace. She doesn't really have that much viability in the meta right now, although it is anomaly based. She's kind of a old generation anomaly character and takes a lot more work to get her stuff out versus something like Yanagi and Miyabi and also all these other anomaly characters that are out right now. I do see that she might get a little bit more increase, although she is a character that you would have used her ultimate on. Now you're able to spam it a little bit more often. You don't have to worry about which character you're going to use your ultimate on when it comes to the anomaly reactions. So Grace gets a little bit of an extra boost. She doesn't really get an extra modifier or anything to help the team that is really dependent on her ultimate. She just gets a lot more anomaly buildup and a lot more electric damage. So that's it really for someone like Grace. The next character is going to be Anton. I'm not gonna lie, I don't think Anton has anything inside his kit that is going to help with anything in regards to his usage for his ultimate. It seems for the most part a lot of this really is just electric damage, and that's pretty much it. Not really much else. It has really good AoE and he does help with the shock team, but other than that, there's really not much else that's going to work with Anton. As I said before, Ben as well is going to see a big increase in his ultimate, not only because if you think about it, support characters with their ultimate, they give energy, they give a quick assist so they can use their ultimate and switch off. Someone like Ben is actually going to have a huge increase, not gonna lie, just because if you look at what Ben can do or what all the defense characters can do, Ben is getting a pretty big buff. Not only is if he's with Koleda, that's probably going to be a different chain reaction. I don't know if they share the same ultimate. I think it only works for Koleda, But using Ben's ultimate, not only is that a high amount of days, because Ben naturally just gives a crap ton of days and also a lot of damage, he's also going to be giving you 3 assist points when you ultimate. So that's going to help you for a lot of these bosses that are going to make it hard for you to parry all their attacks. Usually you have to dodge some and then parry some, because they do drain your parry points pretty quickly. So having a defense character now, characters like Seth, characters like Ben, you are going to be able to gain back these assist points, and pretty frequently at that point, when you're using your ultimate very frequently with someone like Ben. So yeah, Ben is actually going to get a pretty big boost with this patch, also given a shield as well, so he has a lot of value coming into this next patch, which I think is really cool for someone like Ben. So yeah, Ben is gonna see a lot more like a crap ton more value now that we are going into 1.4, and then all the ultimates aren't shared. So this is actually really freaking cool for someone like Ben. I do think he's gonna get a huge boost now that some of his bonuses that are outside what his ultimate does are going to be a frequently implemented portion of the team. So getting a bunch of assist points, getting a bunch of energy, these are all really good things for these 2 characters. I think the defense characters and the stunning and also the support characters are all going to get some massive buffs with this update. Same thing goes for Soldier really doesn't have anything changing with this update, just because all it does is give her more fire suppression, which is a great thing. But like I said before, most teams, especially when they come with the main damage dealers, they're not going to really have any change, just because they use their ultimates always in the first place. Soukaku, S+++++++. If you see what Soukaku's ultimate does, it is absolutely insane. Not only are you going to be getting that nice big AoE that she has from her ultimate, you're also going to be getting a 15% crit rate boost from Soukaku, and not only that, you're also getting energy, which is absolutely insane. I think this one as well gives a quick assist when you are doing her ultimate. So again, another character where you can use their ultimate, switch off, go into another character. But the crit rate boost is massive. 15% for 15 seconds is absolutely insane, and you're getting an energy boost. Absolutely beautiful when it comes to what you're getting for the whole team. So now you can use Soukaku's ultimate and then use Ellen's ultimate. You know how insane that's going to be in terms of damage. Yeah, Soukaku definitely in the S++ when it comes to the amount of value they're adding to the team. With this new ultimate update, Korin, you're not going to see as much. Lycaon is pretty good. I think Lycaon is in the same form or fashion of where Koleda's at, because again, Lycaon necessarily doesn't give anything crazy off of his ultimate, but the fact that a stunner now can use their ultimate, not have to worry as much, is a really freaking good thing. Being able to use characters like Lycaon, like Koleda, like Anby, being able to use their ultimate allows for other characters like Ellen, like Zhu Yuan to be able to actually do their damage a lot more frequently, not having to wait until the enemy is stunned. So this is overall really great for a lot of the characters in the game, and for the most part, a lot of the day's characters just get a really nice boost from this update. Rina, I'm not gonna lie, Rina is somewhere in the A section. I'm not gonna lie, she doesn't have as much right now in the game for going for her. The electric team is really nice, but a lot of the bonuses she gives kind of get trumped over by a lot of the other characters in the game, a lot of the other supports as well. I do think Rina is still pretty good when it comes to her ultimate, because not only are the puppets out for longer because you can quick assist out, you're also able to get that energy boost that all these characters have when it comes to the support characters, and also the quick assist as well. So that's pretty big in value. I might actually just move them up a little bit more, just because without a doubt, Rina still gives value, and being a support character, giving off that energy, giving off that quick assist ultimate is actually a really big thing. But I don't think it's as potent, it's as good as someone like Nicole and also Soukaku. So these are some really great characters right here that are going to add some insane boosts, and are going to just be out of this world. I cannot wait to see what this update is going to have for them. But someone like Rina, these two are just a little too potent with their boost that they get to the team, while Rina is a little bit onto the side. I really wish they would buff Rina in some way with her stats or how pen works, because it seems like pen isn't the craziest thing in the world versus what these two give, which is a full defense down and a massive crit rate boost. The next character we're going to be talking about is Lucy. Lucy immediately goes again S++. The reason I say this, again, a support character who can quick assist out their ultimate, although hers is very quick, so we don't have to really worry much about it. You are getting quite a bit when it comes to the energy as well. I think that's the massive portion of a lot of the supports in the game, that they're able to give that insane amount of energy and quick assist out of it as well, even though hers don't take quite a bit. I do think, if I'm not wrong, you are able to get the cheer on buff from her ultimate, but I could completely be wrong. It doesn't say it here, so I'm just gonna go ahead and move Lucy down a bit, one down, just because she's in the same form or fashion as Rina. Although a really great buffer, you are going to be getting a crap ton of boost from this, although she might have it inside her eidolons or her actual, what is it called, her mindscapes. But I'm not going to be able to look through all of these to check and see. Oh, there it goes. When you use your ultimate, it grants all squad members, Bang Boo, and guard boards the Chiron effect. So let's go ahead and move her back up. If you have Mindscape 2 Lucy, she's S++, because everyone gets that Chiron effect, which is pretty big for the character itself. The next character is Piper. Not gonna lie, Piper might get a slight boost a little bit, just because if you were using Piper before, you're probably using someone like Jane now, someone like Yanagi now. And if you are using someone like Piper, being able to use your ultimate a little bit more often means a little bit more anomaly buildup, which is pretty good for the character itself, pretty good for the anomaly team overall. So it might be a slight boost, not the craziest thing in the world, but Piper can get a slight boost from it. Ellen, nothing really changes from it. You're using Ellen's ultimate all the time anyway. Zhu Yuan, nothing really changes as well. You're using her ultimate, so especially because it reloads the bullets. It has a crap ton of burst value, and that's pretty much it for the damage dealer. Qingyi is going to be an S++++. Not only is she an absolutely amazing unit, she's also able to give off that stun damage multiplier as that is unique to her only. And I think she gets a crap ton of stacks, if I am not wrong, from her actual, I'm trying to see if there is a ultimate boost in here, but I do know for the most part being able to get Qingyi out with the ultimates not being shared is going to allow her to stun very quickly. And not only that, you're also able to give off crap ton of damage, because remember, your daze is calculated inside your attack, which is really great. And it really helps her out with being able to stun the enemy really quick and being able to make use of that ultimate, because you really weren't using Qingyi's ultimate beforehand. But now, because of how insane Qingyi's days is, also looking at how fast you're able to stun now with Qingyi being able to add that stun damage multiplier, that's a pretty big thing. Biases aside, let me go ahead and move her down. Probably I might move her down where the other stunners are. I do think realistically she does get a crap ton of value from this update, but when it comes to what the supports are giving, which is a full-on energy buff, when it comes to characters like Nicole and Soukaku giving insane stats or debuffs, Qingyi doesn't really give anything else. It's just a really good overall nice thing to have, is that we can now use ultimates with the stun characters, which allow us to stun pretty quickly, which they all share in common in all honesty. So I will keep them all in the same tier, although I think Qingyi definitely deserves this spot as an ultimate only. I do think Qingyi and what she has to offer for the team in regards to the ultimate update, which means that the ultimates are not shared, she would be in the same spot as these guys. The next character we're going to be looking at is going to be Jane. Jane, I'm not gonna lie, it doesn't change, but it changes a little bit. The only reason I say this is because when you actually, no, I'm gonna actually put this, I'm actually gonna put it right here with the stunners. Jane getting the ultimate update is a little bit of if and so, because we have characters like Bernice and we have characters like Yanagi now, depending on the team that you're playing, or even, no, yeah, just Bernice and Yanagi. You kind of really flip-flop depending on which characters you want it to have the ultimate. For the most part, Jane would want it for the majority of the time, just because it does reload her passion state all the way up to max, with the refill spinning move as well being reloaded back into the bar. But the main thing is that now all anomaly teams regardless are getting a big boost, because this means that every character can provide all of their resources, all of their anomaly buildup, all their insane stats more frequently, with characters like Yanagi, characters like Bernice, characters like Jane. They're all able to do their own thing. You don't have to worry about losing the other ultimates because you're reloading Jane's passion meter or getting anomaly characters their ultimate out. And the cool thing about anomaly characters getting their ultimate now is usually by the time they finish their ultimate, that is a guaranteed reaction, a guaranteed full bar of that anomaly build-up bar getting maxed out. So Jane does get a really nice boost from this, not a massive one, because again, you really wouldn't use other characters on her best teams ultimate over hers, so it is going to be a slight bit of a boost similar to the stun units, but it is a really good thing overall for her. It isn't the same because, like I said, you could flip-flop depending on the situation for Jane versus other characters on the team, but now that no one has it shared, she does get a nice boost from this. The next character is going to be Seth. Definitely going to be S++++. Without a single doubt, Seth 100% gets a massive boost from this update, because not only is he able to use his ultimate, of course, he's going to be able to get his resolve back, which is going to allow him to get his charged hold attack, which is going to allow you to quick assist. Really great overall. That's going to help you with anomaly buildup when it comes to the lightning that he has on his kit or his character, and this just overall helps him quite a bit. I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of weird now that I look at this. Is he the only defense character that doesn't give assist points? Oh, there it goes, and it gives 3 assist points back. So this means a character like Seth is able to provide not only the anomaly buildup that he does have, he's able to give out the days that he gives off as well, and not only that, the assist points that all the defense characters give with their ultimate. So this is a pretty big boost for someone like Seth. Seth was already a really great character. Now he's an even better character because he's able to give off all those buffs. He's able to give himself the resources he wants, and is able to make it easier for you to quick assist and overall help out really quickly. So this is a really good thing for someone like Seth, and a really nice buff for him when it comes to the ultimate update. Caesar, yeah, this is S++ as well. For Caesar, this is a pretty big boost. Looking at what she's able to provide, which is going to be, she's going to use her ultimate, and when hitting shielded enemies, the days dealt is increased by 85%. So you do get quite a bit of extra bonuses, and not only that, she has inherently high days, which is going to allow you to be able to stun very quickly, especially on some of these teams, like when you use Caesar with Bernice and someone like Yanagi, or someone with like Jane and Bernice. Here's some really great things that you can pull out of this ultimate, and overall really high days, easy to stun. I might put her down one just because she doesn't give a crazy amount of, in my honest opinion, buffs. Well, actually, where's her assist points in her ultimate? Am I crazy? Apparently she doesn't have assist points in her ultimate. She isn't a defense character, right? Yeah, she isn't a defense character. Where's her assist point? What? That is so weird. She's the only defense character with no assist points added to the kit, unless it's just not in her kit for some reason. I will move her down a little bit because she doesn't give the resources that all but S++ characters give, but it's still an overall great ultimate, because if the enemies have shields, they will get dazed even faster to make them lose their shield a lot quicker. So overall, really good thing that Jane is not Jane, Caesar is finally able to use her ultimate and is able to get that off instead of all the other DPSs that usually would. So it's just a really nice boost for her for sure. Next character is Bernice. I would put her in a whole effing other tier, I'm not gonna lie, but S++ definitely where she's going to be at because of the nature of what she's able to do. She's an anomaly character with the support role, quick assist function for the most part, with being able to not only use her ultimate but quick assisting into another character while her ultimate is going on. That is a pretty big deal. Bernice, for the most part, lost the right to use her ultimate because of characters like Jane and characters like Yanagi taking the forefront in the most value you would get off. But now that Bernice is able to actually get her ultimate off without having to share with other characters, that's a pretty big deal. That's going to allow you to get not only a crap ton of anomaly built up, that's going to be a lot of days, that's also going to be a crap ton of damage on top of having other characters like possibly Yanagi and Jane ulting with Bernice. Yeah, that's gonna be a pretty big update for Bernice and a pretty freaking big boost as well. She doesn't have the same resources as these guys, or is able to no, that's pretty much it. She doesn't have the same resources as these guys, but the fact that you're able to move into another character and start doing stuff with that character while this character is doing stuff and their ultimates aren't shared, that's a pretty big deal. Especially because she lost her right to use the ultimate after characters like Yanagi came out, where they're just able to spam disorder or spam damage. This is really good for someone like Bernice for freaking sure. Next character is Yanagi. Again, Yanagi for the most part doesn't really change. I think she might get a slight boost alongside someone like Jane. It does flip-flop from time to time which character you're using your ultimate with, but now the anomaly team, as I said before, only gets a big boost from this update just because they're all able to spam their ultimates, and that means a lot of anomaly buildup, a lot of anomaly disorder, just a crap ton of stuff that comes with this update. So nothing really crazy for her, because again, she either would be using the ultimate all the time, or you might flip-flop sometimes and use somebody else's ultimate. But overall, she was the main game plan for most teams that consisted of Yanagi in it. So that's a pretty big thing for her. Lighter, again, in the same form or fashion as these other guys, I don't think Lighter gets any boost from his ultimate. It's just there for stunning, which is really nice. And for the most part, looking at what he has inside his kit, I'm pretty sure that's pretty good when it comes to where I put him in the tier list. He's in the same route as the other stunners. He's able to actually get off more days or stun the enemy way quicker because he's able to use his ultimate now versus from before. So this is a really good thing for him. Harumasa and Miyabi, as I said before, is probably going to be in the same form or fashion as these guys. She might have a better ultimate because of this update, because they have this update in mind. So that might be a good thing for her. Anomaly characters overall just get a nice boost, so she's going to be here with Jane and also Yanagi. Harumasa, it probably doesn't change. I don't know. He might have a synergistic, oh, he might not. I don't really know, but if we're talking about main damage dealers, they're basically all in the same spot. Nothing really changes with them because their game plan was always evolved around them. But for the most part, this is pretty much the tier list for all the characters in the game. The support characters, the defense characters are definitely, definitely get a huge value increase because of this update, which I think is a really cool thing overall. And the stunners as well, pretty big boost for them as well, alongside the anomaly characters. And then some of the lower tier characters like Anby, like Piper, like Grace, they do get a slight bit boost as well, not to the degree of these guys though. Other than that, that's pretty much going to be it for this video. Let me know what you think about the ultimate update. How excited are y'all for it? I think it's going to make the game really cool and really fun for the most part, and give a lot of value to a lot of the characters we probably didn't use before, which I think I might be making a crap ton of videos when this update drops. So other than that, thank you guys so much for watching the video all the way to the end. See y'all in the next one, and peace.